return the favor and be able to help him with one of his passions. I may not know how the equipment works, but I do know how to carry a box.
Seriously, Ned continued, I'm really glad you're here. This is a big deal for me, and I feel a lot calmer with you around.
I shifted the box I was carrying and squeezed his shoulder reassuringly. You're going to do great.
Thanks, he said. It's just that Brady Owens is the most controversial comedian in the country right now. This interview is big, and I really don't want to make a fool of myself.
I completely understood why Ned was feeling nervous. He had started his NedTalks podcast just over a year ago. He interviewed musicians, actors, and other artists on his college campus. He had a loyal fan base, mostly fellow students at his school, but Brady Owens was on a completely different level than the sophomore singer-songwriter who performed every week at the student center.
I also really don't want to let your dad down, Ned said. He went out on a limb to help me get this interview.
Brady and my dad had been in the same fraternity in college. Brady was actually discovered at an open mic hosted by their fraternity. So when Ned read that Brady was coming back to River Heights to perform at the recently opened arts complex, Ned screwed up his courage to ask my dad for an introduction to Brady. Don't worry about my dad, I said. Just focus on what you need to do to feel ready for the interview. We rounded the corner and stood in front of the Towering Heights Resort, the fanciest hotel in town. I checked the time. We were still 10 minutes early. Do you want to do another lap around the block? I asked.
Let's watch the video again, Ned said.
Are you sure? You've watched it at least 100 times, and it happened only 2 weeks ago.
Ned nodded. I'm his first interview since it happened. I need to make sure all my facts are straight when I ask him about it.
Okay, I said, pointing toward a bench nearby. Let's go over there. We sat down, and I pulled out my phone and typed in Brady Owens heckler. The first result was the video we were looking for. It had over 10 million views. Brady stood on stage in a comedy club, microphone in his hand, pacing in front of a stool.
So, last night I was walking home after hanging out with some friends. It was late, and I turned the corner on this deserted street, and I see this guy mugging this old lady. He's trying to grab her purse, so I run over to help.
He holds a beat.
Eventually, we got it off her.
The audience breaks into laughter. Brady waits for it to die down and then continues.
Mugging jokes. Always funny. I think it's the word mugging.
Before he can get further, a woman from the audience yells,
Actually, violence is never funny.
Boos echo throughout the audience, and Brady whips toward her. The expression on his face is livid.
You know what's never funny? He hisses. Interrupting.
He lifts his head up, addressing the whole crowd.
You know what we should do? We should mug this woman in the parking lot. That'll teach her not to interrupt. Plus, it will be funny.
There is some laughter and applause in the audience, but there are also gasps and a smattering of boos. The video cut off there, but the reaction was immediate once the video was posted online. People were furious at Brady. They thought he had crossed the line and encouraged violence against the heckler, but Brady was unapologetic. In a series of tweets the next day, he said everyone was being too sensitive. He argued that it was clear he was joking. Besides, stand-up comedians were supposed to offend people. I thought his reaction to the heckler had been way out of line and really dangerous. At the very least, that woman deserved a sincere apology. I knew Ned was planning on pushing Brady on the subject, and I was looking forward to hearing what Brady would say.